Okay, John, this is a dogwood. You can see dogwood, pretty characteristic, the scaly squared bark. Looks like little chessboards on there. And if I can get to the end of the leaves, I'll pull them in here for you and show you. This is out over a little bit of a drop. These leaves are opposite leaves.
Okay.
You can see the leaves are opposite. This puts out a beautiful, beautiful flower on it. White flower, squared off, like the cross kind of thing with a little red in the center, a magenta. One of the things that this is characteristic for is this stem has quinine in it, which is again antibiotic. The natives would actually take and skin this and use it as a toothbrush to brush their teeth.
Oh wow.
You can just chew up the end of that, and if you want to taste it, chew on it for a second, you can taste that quinine taste in there. Give you an idea. You might want to spit the bark out. The bark's no good, just in the branch. But you can actually taste that quinine taste. Those who drink quinine water know what I'm talking about. That's kind of a medicinal kind of taste to it.
Yeah, I can taste something, but I've never had quinine, so I don't know what quinine tastes like.
Well, brother, I'm not chewing it after you, so. Alright, this is what's called a Bracken Fern, John. And these ferns grow all over the woods in most of the United States. They're alternate leaves, and they just look like ferns. You know, most people know what ferns look like. When these are very small, they come up with little fiddleheads, just small pieces, yeah, like this right here. And this fiddlehead is actually edible. So you could eat that fiddlehead. They do advise against eating too many of them for whatever reason. I don't know what the toxin is that's in them. It's not something that's going to hurt you to eat some once in a while, but a continuous diet of it wouldn't be the best for you. But a good survival food again. All right, this is grapevine, John.
Yep.
And it grew out of this old broken tree down here, so it's growing right across the stream. And this grapevine, this is characteristic to know that it's grapevine. It has these tendrils. You can see these tendrils, and they wrap around and cling to things, and of course the leaf is very characteristic. This is a first year. We did not see this here last year, so probably next year this will bring some fruit, and we'll have some pretty good muscadine or wild grapes out here. It'll be very nice.
Cool. This looks like real flint here.
Yes, absolutely. You found some chert right out of the river there, some flint. Pretty synonymous terms, they use them around here. How does that look and feel to you?
It feels glassy, and you can tell where it's been fractured, so you get lots of edges. That's characteristics of what, flint or chert.
Absolutely, good find.
John, this one is called Lady's Thumbprint. I love using this one in just cooked greens or adding them in soups. Can you see why it's called a Lady's Thumbprint?
Is it right there?
Yeah.
There's a dot on every one of them.
It's like if I were to take my thumb and press and leave behind a thumbprint. Wow. They're really tasty. And
that's, how do you eat that? Just
boil them. You don't have to change the water at all. You can boil. What I like to do is take like a ramen type noodle with me, boil up different greens like these, let them boil for 5 minutes or so, and then dump in the noodles until the noodles are tender, and enjoy.
I saw Dave eating a delicious lunch that you made him that had ramen noodles and greens in it. I bet you probably put some of that in there.
I'll fix you some this afternoon. What'd you find, Beck?
A shovel.
So what can you do with that?
You can dig.
Alright, and what can you do about the handle?
You can put some wood right here and make it longer.
Good find.
Alright, John, this is a wild grass. I'm not sure, it could be wild barley, some kind of a wild grass. But there will be seeds inside of here. All those seeds are edible. They do have medicinal value as well because they're fibrous. And it looks like grass. All wild grasses are edible. The only thing you have to be careful of is if in these seed heads you see dark black or purple, that is a disease called ergo, and that is poisonous or toxic. So you want to be careful with that. But if the seeds are green and look like seeds, they're usable and good to eat. All right, John, this is another wild rose, but this is a good illustration of the rose hips here. And you can see just all through this entire rose, these hips. These generally come out in the fall, but you can chew on that and taste it'll taste like vitamin C.
Becomes sour.
If you've ever had a vitamin C, and it's very high in vitamin C. And of course, once they go through the winter a little bit, they're very, very edible, very tasty. Alright, we're down in the deep, dark jungles of Missouri here, and came across, well, we actually have quite a few down here, PawPaw. Now, PawPaw has a unique shaped leaf. Almost looks like the tail fletching of an arrow if you look at it backwards, but it comes way out and then comes in very quickly, like a diamond shape that's oblong. If you look up in the PawPaw tree, see if we can find it here, you can see some fruit, and I'll get Tam to zoom in on that. I'm actually going to try and pull another tree down here. There's some fruit hanging on the tree. So look at that one for a moment. It's kind of kidney shaped, that green fruit right next to that dead leaf. And I will actually pull this other tree down and see if we can't get the PawPaw right off it. Okay, here's the fruit of the PawPaw, John. And let me get my knife out here and we'll cut this open. It is similar to a, you've eaten this before, right?
Yep.
What's the taste to you?
Sort of like a banana, or sort of a cross between a banana and maybe a mango.
Right, so it's a kind of banana, and of course this is a baby. This is not ripe yet, but see if I can cut into this and open it up to show the viewers on YouTube without going through myself. This will of course grow a little bigger and riper, but you can see the big flat seeds inside, and there's generally 8 to 10 seeds. So got a good cross section there, cut right through those seeds actually in this one. And that'll be a new tree. I don't know if those seeds are edible. We'd have to look that up, but the fruit is edible. And of course it's got to grow a lot. It'll get about 3 times the size when it's fully ripe and matured. And that'll be in the fall. PawPaw, common PawPaw.
Okay, John, here's another one that's into a seed head. This plant is called Balm. And this is another one you can cook down to make a medicinal tea with, just to overall wellness. You can see another one of the seed heads
right here.
Yeah.
The leaves are opposite.
They're opposite, yeah.
Yeah, that again is in the mint family.
And they kind of almost have like a fuzzy edge.
Oh yeah, I see it, like a micro fuzz.
Yeah.
Wow. You don't see that very often. Yep, and they got the characteristic square stem, the mint. That's Balm.
Balm, yeah.